Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. I'll be soloing today, back on exterior knowledge. And today I will be talking about purpose and soul purpose. And I will be talking about more in depth and other things as well. So, starting with the purpose, meaning the 3D incarnation that we reside in right now. Imagine this if it's like, okay, so they ask you when you first grow up, they're gonna ask you, what do you wanna be when you grow up? And then that's when you discover purpose in your childhood or when you start realizing, when you start growing up, of purpose in the physicality and within this reality. So, the more you understand what purpose is within this life, the more you overcome obstacles to lead you into there. Whether through spiritual means, whether through philosophical, or just trying to get through life itself. Everything has a turning point when it comes to what do you want to do. And then there's such thing as the ego that creates all these aspirations of whatever you are trying to take into. And now, the difference between purpose and soul purpose is that soul purpose is more of a you realizing what your mission is on this planet. You start realizing more of who you are and what you can do beyond yourself. I believe most of these things are just natural abilities that people can tap into whenever they get the chance to meditate, understand, or just observing, or even standing still and just realizing. Within this, I hope each and every single person realizes that soul purpose is to really just evolve, to come to your full tuition. Because remember, once you die from this incarnation, you are still you no matter where you go within this lifetime. Everything that's the universe is made out of, it's all of us. So whatever you've done here within this reality, always remember that that's a process that will carry on with you for the rest of your lifetimes. Unless you reincarnate and choose to come back as another human being with a different body, with a different mindset. Which I believe 100% in reincarnation, however you guys want to see it. At the end of the day, everything has its truths and everything has its barriers of what we can actually know beyond the veil. Because there's a lot of things in this life that we don't see that is actually there, but once we see it and once we become aware towards what we are seeing, it becomes noticeable. Because just because you're not aware of something being there doesn't mean that it's not there. A spirit can be standing right next beside you, or even other entities can be sitting right beside you, and without you even realizing, they're right there next to you. The same way that we are walking anywhere, it can literally be anywhere. I believe we are always walking through spirits, through things that we cannot perceive within our own perception of reality. Because remember, we can only see 1% of the spectrum. So for us to see more than the 1% would be beyond the veil. And there are some people that can actually see beyond the veil. But I feel like if everyone could see beyond the veil, I believe it would just create chaos. So this is why everything has a balance. Even layers and dimensions have balances towards what is capable and what not capable of doing. Each and everything has its own principles and rules. And because if it didn't, then everything would just be all over the place all at once. It's already like that in a sense, but it's all created through a pattern or a synchronization that each and every one has hold within them. So if people really want to see everything for themselves, if they really want to go super deep into the reality of things, it all really is a choice for you to make in order to create that leap. And it also comes back to the third eye or the pineal gland, the small gland within your mind that they have known for a long, long time, since ancient civilizations. And that's why their minds or their skulls were elongated, because how intelligent these beings were. And it passes on through the giants, the Nephilims, the Anunnaki, and then the people, and then us humans. So everything takes its course of how much it can reach further into whatever you guys feel, into everything that is being built up from the ground. Everything that is purpose, everything that has a soul, everything that is conscious, anything that is conscious is alive, according to whatever has free will and that is able to move and that's alive and be conscious. And I can give you examples of things that can be conscious. Once you point a mirror at an elephant, is going to recognize that it's them. The same way with other animals that are able to recognize themselves in a mirror, just like dolphins. And honestly, it all really depends on who and what is going to step further into the evolution state of the perception of mind, and realize that we are starbound, meaning that we are physical flesh made of bone inside this. And once we die, the orb just comes out of us. The same way when you astral project. I've only successfully astral projected once, and I can tell you that I definitely did feel myself coming out of myself and realizing that everything that was still me was me, because I had all my conscious thoughts, I had all my conscious of what I was already thinking, whether I was outside my body or not in my body, knowing I was already connected to the cord and I looked like an orange orb. And how it happened, essentially, I was under the covers and then I was sleeping, and then I felt my body almost like a feeling of launching. I'm not sure if anyone has ever experienced paralysis or the feeling of almost being launched out your body. That's when you know you're about to astral project. It's basically almost like as if a warning were to tell you about it. And it is pretty intense that once you go deeper into that, and once you are ready to launch out, you start feeling everything. Like I was floating, I was coming out of the bed covers, and then I saw myself sleeping in my bed, my body alone, and I just saw my room. But then I kind of freaked out a little bit, only because I was like, whoa, I didn't know I successfully did it. And then I just went back and entered in my body, and that's why I'm able to remember all of this occurring, because I was aware that I actually was outside my body. There's a difference between remembering something because you are aware, just like inside your dream. If you are aware of your dream and your surroundings, you can 100% remember it. Just like as in real life, here in this life, you can also remember things once you create a surrounding or awareness around it. So let it be known that both soul and purpose is all here for the duality, all here for the realizations of what path are we going to choose, because it all really depends on us at the end of the day. So, this was a pretty short podcast, but I just wanted to point that out there. And if you want more short podcasts, instead of me making them 30 minutes, because I feel like I can create chapters like these. So let me know. All love. Subscribe if you want, like if you want to, comment if you like, and let me know if you want to get on a podcast with me. All love.